Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
Hameen Media Group. Big Ray Hernandez. The Vet, Jamie Williams. This is your Next Level Wrestling Review. And we
Are NXT.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here live. Fuck, it's good to be back. All right, let me calm down. Relax, Ray. Relax, Ray. You've done this before. Take a deep breath, Daniel-san. Cobra Kai, Season 6. Aaron Judge, 60th home run. What a day. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the report of the people. The man with the plan, Big Ray, here to stay. To talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not alone. Oh, no way. I'm really not alone today. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I am here with, well, I don't know if you know, there's a wrestling league, baseball league, wrestling baseball league. Did you know that? No, you didn't know that. And do you know who the single season home run champion is? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Vet. He's a Rip Rogers guy. The Vet. Vet. Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, this man hit 93 home runs. I mean, it's underhand and the ball's actually a little bigger than the ball, but it doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him, you love him. He's a Rip Rogers guy. He's the Vet, Jamie Williams. Hello, Vet.
Hello, Ray. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's all. That's it. Look, I want to get to our special guest.
Oh, shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest. You know what? Before we even actually announce who our special guest is.
Prefacing.
What the preface? I can't preface? I'm not allowed to preface.
You sure can. Let me tell you. This guy can preface.
Brother.
They get enough of us, Ray. They I mean, you know, I want to just...
Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. We have a guest, but he's not a guest. He's more like a family member, a friend. Not a foe. No, he is no Terry Silver. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the host, producer, and of course, ladies and gentlemen, a podcaster over at Wrestling with Tragedy. Very handsome, very well hung from what I hear. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the Thunder from Down Under, all the way from Sydney, Australia. Piers Austin.
What up? Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
It's good, brother. What's going on, guys? How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. We have a public holiday tomorrow, so I'm able to sort of stay up a bit later and join you guys. So I thought, why not reach out and say what up?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, man. I was excited. You know, I'm coming back this week, and then I was like, Piers Austin hits me up. He's like, Ray, well, I want to watch NXT. Want to review it. I was like, fucking awesome. Hell yeah. He's like,
I would have been like, I don't believe you.
No, seriously.
Nobody's ever said that.
Bro.
No, I mean, if someone said that to me, if someone said the phrase, I want to watch NXT and I want to review it, I'd be like, you fucking liar. Get the fuck out of here. Quit wasting my time. But
incredible. So, let's go.
It's a late one, huh? Isn't it? What was it, like midnight? 1? Something? What?
1 a.m. here now.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We'll get you in bed by 5.
Yeah. That's all good.
That's good.
Yeah, you can hit the sack after Ray's done telling his vacation stories.
Oh, that's gonna happen.
In 4 hours, and then we'll do another 2 hours on the show.
That is gonna happen. Just really quickly, I just want to go around the table real quick. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Let's go with Pierce. Pierce, how are you, sir? Yo, your tats are sweet, bro.
Oh, thank you, man.
Sweet
I'm good, bro.
Tats.
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just work, and podcast my life away, man. So, and in between, running after my 3 crazy kids.
Okay, well, not nice. Is that PC right now?
I'm not too sure, but they're crazy in a good way. Crazy in a good way.
Like my son, he's crazy. He's eccentric. What? Can I say that? Is that?
Yes.
My son's retarded.
Oh, you can't say that, Ray. Come on, dude.
You know what?
My God, who the hell cares?
We're on YouTube right now. Oh, Ray's been canceled. All right, well, this will be quick. Oh, shit.
Damn it, I'm back.
Damn. You only got canceled for a second.
Did I freeze?
Unlike the Ridiculously Random podcast, which is canceled forever. Can we all have a moment of applause for the demise of the Ridiculously Random podcast?
You know what it is?
You guys not that anymore?
Yeah, we are. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You know what the problem is, Pierce?
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
I wish I had a muffin right now.
Right.
From Mindy's Bakery.
I wonder if they're any good. Have you been to Mindy's in Sydney?
There's a Mindy's. I didn't know there's a Mindy's in Sydney.
They call it Sydney's.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, you know what? Hold on. Let me just set this up because, ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
Acknowledge me. Acknowledge me. You're going to acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
Yes, we kind of sped things up here a little bit, a little tomfoolery. You know this, Vet?
What is this?
I'll put it louder.
I can hear it, but what is it?
It's tomfoolery. It's the remix.
Tomfoolery. That's a new NXT gimmick, right? Tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery.
He's like a clown, like the second coming of Doink, right?
I mean, Pierce, you have a son, and I mean you have children. You have 3 kids, right? What are they? 2 daughters, 1 son? What is it? How's it work?
2 boys, 1 girl.
2 boys, 1 girl. Okay. And they watch SpongeBob, right?
Not really.
Really?
No.
Huh.
They watch more like Bluey.
Blue, what the hell is that? Bluey? Blue's Clue?
Bluey. That is every kid that's probably 7 and under just goes crazy for that worldwide, and it's an Australian cartoon.
Okay. But you don't know SpongeBob though. I'm ready. I'm ready. No.
No, I know SpongeBob, but it's not that big of a deal here.
Got it. Well, Vet.
Yeah.
What do we have in the chat, brother?
I think you should handle chat duties this morning, Ray.
Okay, I will do that. All right, first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one and the only Buckshot Kid. He is in the house. He says, "Hello, Big Ray and Vet." Didn't know Piers Austin was going to be here.
Yeah, he was. This was before we even went on the air, several minutes.
Yeah, I mean, probably last. Pierce, what happens is Buckshot Kid, he turns his computer on and he leaves his laptop on his chest while he sleeps, and he's literally logged on here, so it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as my fucking link. Anyway.
Wouldn't it be easy just to be on his phone?
It would, right? Why a whole laptop? Actually, let me see if I read this correct. Actually, He has his home PC on his chest.
Impressive.
Tower and the keyboard and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. The tower's like laying next to him on the bed, overheating. Anyway, we have the one and only Lab Rat. He is in the chat. We have the incomparable and beautiful and incredible Elizabeth. She's in the chat. Who else do we have here? Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass, the most over screen name of all time. He's in the chat. Frank's Pickle Barrel Ass. We have I'm 777. What? Yo, what's up? Random pod, random people.
Canceled.
Oh shit! Is this a fan? Anyway, we have Sergio. Who? Sergio. OVW brother. A lot of brother.
Former 2-week host of the Next Level Wrestling.
Word. A lot of brothering going on this week, brother. A lot of brothering at Disney. I got to tell you guys about that. We have Erin Blanche Shlomo. He is here, all the way from Israel. Very cool. The mighty Babo is here. Hello, Babo. What's going on, buddy? And of course, Yohimbo. Yohimbo's in the house, ladies and gentlemen. We have the artist, formerly known as Lawrence Weaver. He is in the house. And I think I have everybody right now. There's probably more in the chat. Let me just scroll down. Al Robinson. The super handsome Al Robinson. We don't know what he looks like, but I'm assuming he's super handsome. He's here every single week. So fuck it.
Yeah. Well, because, so we've got both the Hameen Media Group and Bin Hameen YouTubes going. So the chat's kind of like splintered now. And then Twitch.
I'm an idiot. I clicked on both YouTube channels by mistake. So I said, fuck it.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Just so everybody knows, you may be saying things and other people may not be responding to you because they're in a different chat. So you choose your favorite chat and then get on the same page.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my bad. We have a G3333 Ball. He says hello to Frank. We have the mighty Jinda Mahal. Not Jinder, Pierce. This is his brother, Jinda. Okay, Pierce doesn't care. Let me see what else we got.
I like
it. What?
I'm just what?
Hey Pierce, guess what?
What?
It's the 3 count.
Whoa.
This is the 3 count with today's biggest stories in pro wrestling, world news, pop culture, sports, and more. And now, back to Big Ray and the Vet.
All right, it's the 3 count. Latest and greatest rumors, news, and just talking shit, basically, So starting with talking shit, let me tell you guys real quick, Pierce. So as you guys know, I went to Florida and I had a lovely vacation. What are the chances that I'm walking around, me and Vito were walking around Disney, and he walks like, it's not a gimmick. This is the way he walks. He does the whole fucking, SmackDown versus Raw walk, to the ring. Very stiff, very stiffsky, right? So we're hanging out. Hear this guy yell, right? Over. Vito! Fuck is this guy? Really tall young man with a ponytail. It's fucking Jeff Hardy. Disney. So he runs over to Vito, hugs Vito. Blah, blah, blah. Nice to see you, blah, blah, blah. I'm standing there like a fucking mark. And, but I don't act like a mark. No. He goes, hey, man, Jeff. I look at him. I'm like, nice to meet you, sir. Shake his hand. Leave it like that. Just stand there. Jeff's trying to engage me in conversation. And literally my penis is sinking into my body because I'm so excited. My butthole is like this tight. It's really fucking, it's pulsating. That's how tight it is. I'm like,
but you're not a mark though. So.
No. My wife is like looking over at me like, why? What? Like it went like now I have a full erection. It was like crazy. It was all these different emotions.
So it went in and then And then
Shot
back.
out.
Okay.
Shot out of my fucking.
It's like when you have to when you pull the little Matchbox car
Yes!
back. Yeah, and then okay.
Shot out of my jorts. Right.
Gotcha.
Giovanni Perez has just what kind of vape am I smoking? It's just a Juul. Nothing, just tobacco. So we continue walking, and then I hear brother. Fucking Scotty Too Hottie at fucking Disney World, right? So now I walk over with Vito. My wife is like, "Why are we stopping again?" And by the way, you can't walk through Disney without fucking 1,000 people coming up to V. Anyway, and I'm like, he goes, and now he's different. Like this guy's like super fucking serious, great shape. He's with a beautiful blonde, bro. Like hot.
Too hot?
Way too. That's why you're my co-host. And shakes he's 6,000. He goes, "Hey man, Scott. Nice to meet you, Scott. I'm really wanting him to do the worm and shit. I want to go like start trying the worm and do it in front of him." And
speaking of the worm, so now is your penis in this? What state is it in at this point?
oh, I've shat my pants.
Okay.
So there's no erection, nothing. It's just flaccid, but I shat my pants. Anyway.
Right.
Pierce.
So the self-consciousness makes you kind of go limp a little bit, right? Because you don't want him to smell it. I get it.
So Pierce, man, what's going on with you, brother? Why don't you, for the people that have never met you before or don't
what
know
a
who
transition.
Why don't you tell them, a little bit about yourself really quickly? I mean, you've been here before. The next time you come on, no more fucking introductions. What if you? That is popping.
Yeah, no worries. My name is Piers Austin. I'm the host of Shooting the Shit Uncensored, where I speak to people involved in the world of professional wrestling. I'm actually now starting to branch out, and I'm going to be having people involved in, actors, musicians, rappers, media personalities, and so forth. So I'm just going to start having more and more really, great conversations with more great people, and go check it out on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and also Wrestling with Tragedy, which I co-host with the Kingpin Angel Medina and the two-man power trip John Poz on Russo's brand. So go check that out as well. Great show that we've been going for over 2 years, and we have an amazing back catalog of episodes as well available.
Incredible back catalog, by the way. I got to say. You guys are really fucking good at what you do. I'm actually quite humbled that I get to sit here with a Rip Rogers guy and a person like yourself. I mean that.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I mean,
just saying, you guys are fucking. I'm just a mark, shitting on myself and getting random erections.
Yeah.
Yo.
Now, Pierce, just to clarify, you said the two-man power trip, but this is only the one man of the power trip, right? This is just John Paz. Like Labby's not on this show too, right? Okay, just in case anyone's confused.
So there is a story going around. Oh, if it's not even a story. I reached out to a few people, as I usually do, before I even mention a story like this. Okay, I don't just blurt shit out and stuff. So I made a couple of phone calls. Couple of tweets, PMs, private messages and stuff. And this is something that's been going around. Now, this is all alleged. This is all rumor and innuendo, but it is a very strong rumor and a very big innuendo. Pierce, I'm gonna go with you first and then around the horn vet. Brit Baker's fucking Christian. Allegedly. Have you heard this?
No, that's pretty. That's pretty scandalous. All right, like is she still with
yes,
Adam Cole, baby?
Baby.
Oh, Adam Cuckold, baby.
All right, we're done. Hold on.
What's your name, fella?
Triple H.
So we have Christian comments on it.
and she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
All right, so no, let's be real here. So there is a very real story going around that allegedly Brit Baker, DMD, was making house calls to Christian. What the fuck? I'm just thinking, like, what are the ramifications of this? You have Adam Cole, who's been injured for weeks. He has the body of a 12-year-old child. And then you have, Christian, just fucking
body of an 18-year-old child.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you guys think about this, man? I mean, if it is in fact true, in a wrestling locker room like this, I guess we'll have to go to Vet first with this, Vet. Like, you're in a wrestling locker room. No, I'm gonna go with you. I want to go with you, and then we'll go
switching it up.
Yeah, I'm
gonna
throw.
As the kids
throw. Remember, you know how you hit the home runs? You broke the record.
Yeah,
you'll be lobbing them into you, bro. So go ahead.
Okay.
Good.
What do I think about this? I don't.
Oh shit.
I don't have an opinion on the personal lives of these professional wrestlers in this business. If it's even true, I don't care. If it's not true, I certainly don't care. I don't find, just personally, I don't find any entertainment in the salacious aspect of these things. So I don't know, but seeing as how all I've even got to go on is this hearsay, then, even to make a comment on it seems kind of, I don't know, disingenuous. So I'll pass.
I think that's
I'll pass to Pierce anyway.
Sure. What do you think, Pierce? I mean, if it is in fact, what do they say in the wrestling business? Shoot or whatever. If it's in fact true that this is going on, how does it affect your locker room, man? It's, two of your biggest stars. You have well, they're both veteran, but I mean, Christian's on another level. And
I mean, we saw it in TNA with Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle and Karen Angle, and they turned that into a storyline just like they did with Edge and Lita. So if it is true, you know what I mean? Like, I think eventually they could turn it into a work.
Oh,
but
boy.
Like, it's been done before, so you can't say it's out of this world that it won't happen. But, I kind of agree with Vet on this. Like, I think at some point you need to disconnect from a performer or a celebrity, and their personal life is their personal life. Like, whatever they're doing is their business. But I don't think it's true. But,
And we know that there's going to be a 0% chance that they're going to turn this into something.
No,
because you've seen what they do anytime. Remember, this is like 2022 safe space wrestling. If anybody has a slight problem with each other, we're just going to put them in separate rooms, and they're not going to have to talk to each other, and they may be offered a job with Ring of Honor and all this other shit. What do you think? What do you think they're going to do if there's an affair going on? The only question I would have, Ray, though, is it rumored that it was a one-time thing that happened or an ongoing thing?
Come
on,
more than once.
Okay, so at least it was ongoing at one point in time.
I'll tell you off air.
Allegedly,
who reported it? Like, did someone break the news on Twitter and reported this?
When I heard of it, I got it confirmed through somebody who I really trust. Then later on, about almost 24 hours later, our friend Brad Shepard, he put it out there because he doesn't give a fuck. He reports everything, and I think you can Google it, probably find some people talking about it. But see, my question to you, Vet, was, how do you get over that, man? From a wrestler's perspective, how do you get over? I mean, there's a difference between working with somebody you don't like and working with somebody, allegedly fucking your wife. Like, I don't know how Kurt Angle did it. I can't wrap my head around that. Like, how do you get past that? Have you ever been in a situation in the locker room where, a guy is banging his opponents or whatever, his brother's girlfriend or something like that, and they know it, and they get into a fight backstage, yet they have to have a match? Like, how do you get over that?
Yeah, it's called Batista and John Morrison or whatever. But I wasn't really around that. I guess, I mean, it's just like it would be anywhere else. Whether if it happens at just a regular job, you know what I mean? Like if someone starts messing around or whatever.
Regular job, I would lose my job probably. I don't know.
Yeah, but I guess I mean it just kind of depends. Like, why is it happening a little bit? Like if Christian's married but he's on Jungle Boy already outed that, right? So I guess it looks like in this situation, Cole and Brit are dating, right?
They were married.
I think they're just dating.
They're dating. Okay, that's fair.
They may have been engaged, but that's certainly as far as it ever got.
That's so sad that now engagement is not like, oh, they just engaged. It's fine.
Well, even marriage, it don't matter. Well, whatever, it's fine. Whatever. Look, as Chris Rock once said, a man is only as faithful as his options. Right?
You got to say it like Chris Rock, please.
I'm not going to do it.
A man is only faithful. I can't do it. I can't.
That's actually pretty good.
That wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad. No,
but it wasn't good.
You could work on it, but that's your first try at Raw. So if you polish that up, you'd probably nail it. But seriously, so if Adam Cole's not around and Brit Baker's into that sort of creepy little bastard type thing, and maybe they hook it up, a little bit. I mean, it's fair game, man. They're just dating. People can change their minds. So. But yeah, we're not going to see no Christian versus Adam Cole matches. Like Tony Khan is not that kind of a guy. So if this is a deal, but if you're telling me that, what is it about people that are having affairs where they think nobody knows and like everybody knows? Mm-hmm. Like how many times have you seen that in person where you just see people like off to the side talking and it's like, bro, if you're ever standing off to the side talking to somebody, you're fucking them. I'm sorry. Like, when has that ever not been the case?
Pierce, do you agree?
He laughed, so there must have been some truth to it.
Yeah, I think to a certain extent. Like, if you're talking to someone slyly,
because bro,
with the one arm on the wall, with the one arm on the wall, kind of leaning a little bit.
Yeah, lean. Yeah, because look, Ray, you talk to women all the time, right? At your job, wherever. Right. Well, I'm just saying you are going to do it openly because there's nothing going on. So whenever you talk to somebody, you're just talking to them the way I'm talking to you right now. If you're ever off to the side with somebody whispering or whatever, and you know the body language of people that are doing something, even if it's not like an affair, even if people are just dating and they're both single, but they just don't want other people to know for whatever reason. Like, you can always tell those people when you see them out in public, right? So,
right.
Am I lying? So yeah. So that means that probably, Brit and Christian were seen somewhere standing off to the side talking, and they got plausible deniability because he could just say, "Oh yeah, I was helping her out with her match," or whatever bullshit he can say. So that's probably how this rumor got started.
I had a cavity on my penis. Anything?
Yeah. Want to take a look at this?
Hey. All right. So this is
all
all
supposed to have one hole, right? It's just supposed to be one hole in there.
This is all... Listen, man. It's just I just can't wrap my head around how somebody could work with somebody like that. And again, big kudos to Kurt Angle. But listen, speaking about working with fucking shitty people, I'll ask Pierce. Maybe Pierce knows this guy. Pierce, do you know this guy, the Tamilian? He's a wrestler from India.
Tamilian.
Yeah.
The name sounds familiar.
The name sounds familiar. Well, I'm going to play a little audio here. This gentleman, actually, I'll show a little video. This gentleman accused CM Punk of something. Why don't we jump on and see what he says? Is that cool?
Sure.
Yep.
All right, let's do this. All right, so let me just and let's this is handsome. You see this guy? He looks reputable, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I've seen this guy.
Okay, here we go.
Do you think AEW is better than WWE? Fuck no. AEW is one of the worst fucking plays I've ever been in my life. Why would I even fucking compare AEW with WWE? WWE is 10,000 times better. WWE is the number one wrestling promotion in the world. Is because the way they run the promotion, everybody is humble, kind, respectful. It's a well-oiled.
I have to stop real quick. Apparently, this guy's never fucking worked in the WWE. Let's go.
Yeah, he's making it up. All right.
Very organized, and they don't disrespect anybody. There's no politics. There is no racial discrimination. Everybody treat everyone with equal respect. So WWE is always number one, and it's amazing. And AEW is just a fucking trash. So many guys and girls have egos. So many people that backstab each other. The politics. Man, it's just one of the worst places. And also, yeah, there are plenty of racial discrimination in AEW. You can see a lot of African Americans or Indians, of course. I'm not talking about Satnam Singh. Satnam Singh won't count as a wrestler. He was never been a wrestler. He was a basketball player, and he's still learning how to wrestle. And I have seen his wrestling. It is terrible. It's bad. The only reason Tony Khan and AEW hired him is because of the popularity that he got through NBA, the basketball game. He have no business in the world of wrestling. And again, I believe there was another guy, Robo, whatever, Joe, whatever his name is. He's decent. He's an average wrestler. He have that look. Is he the best Indian wrestler? No, not really. But again, I've seen and I've experienced racial discrimination in AEW. Absolutely.
All right. Why don't we go on? So there's more. This little piece right here.
No more. No, we can't. No. Just summarize it, please.
No, this is the crux of the story. It's only 30 seconds.
Then why do we have to sit through that first 2 minutes?
Because I needed to get you a little context of where this is coming from.
You need to get me a little heated, is what you need to get.
All right, here we go.
Have you had any bad? Yeah, I do. I had again. They're CM Punk. He's one of the biggest fucking racist piece of shit I ever met in my life, and I've shared this story on my podcast. If you go to Shoot and Stiff Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, you can definitely listen to that.
Shoot Stiff. Stand by.
Let me type it right here.
Look how well organized this guy is.
Experienced discrimination, of course, and I don't really want to name the people, but of course, CM Punk's name is there. You know, I don't really care about the dude. He's small, he's skinny, and like I said, he's one of the worst guys I ever met from AEW. I mean, yeah, there is some worse people out there. Max Caster. He's just another person, again, that I don't really like. And Billy Gunn's sons, again, those guys were like, again, I don't know, entitled ones, I can say. There are some people that I actually encountered some discriminations and shit. But in WWE, never. You will never, ever experience any discrimination in WWE.
Okay, I'm going to stop you right there, brother.
You're going to stop him right there with 1 second left. No, let him finish. What is this guy's name again?
Talium. The Talium or something like that.
How do you spell it?
I will spell it right now. I'll spell it right now for you, Vet. Oh, fuck, I just lost it.
I got to get in contact with this guy.
Oh yeah, I would love you. I would see. This is why his name is T as in Tom, A as in Apple, M as in Mary, I Indigo, Lima Indigo, Apple Nancy. See, I have to talk that way to the vet because he is the vet. You know, like an army vet, military. Yeah. Anyway, so while Vet's
crazy shit.
While Vet is private messaging this gentleman right now out of anger, I just wanted to. Pierce, yes, you have the table here, sir.
I was just going to say that is the craziest shit. This guy has never worked for WWE or AEW.
I think he has worked for AEW. He's done a few dark matches, and I think he might have been on TV a little bit or on the internet with AEW. But neither here nor there, brother. He comes out, Pierce, and he is just dropping names and making some allegations. Like, you think the DMD gimmick that we were just talking about was fucked up and salacious. This is just like earth-shattering. Like, will he ever be able to work in the business again? Type, stupidness with his stiff, hard, come far podcast. What do you think, Piers?
I think in a world of, where we've got the Andrew Tates in the world and fuckers like that, I think there's going to be guys that try and be spin-offs, and I think that that's what this guy's trying to be. I think he's trying to be the pro wrestling Andrew Tate, trying to be shocking and just, dropping shit, because like if he's never wrestled for WWE, how can he say there's zero discrimination there?
He's crazy.
Like, there's no problem there. Like even WWE, like if they're seeing that, they're going, well, they're not going to go like, well, at least he's putting us over.
Yeah, like you can hear Vince listening to this, like, well, hell, pal, bring in the hate bots. We need more hate. What the fuck? I've never, bro. That is all right. If you're gonna go on and say, all right, there's a lot of racial discrimination, a lot of politics in AEW. It's wrestling. It's the business, right, Pierce? It's the business.
Yeah.
There's racism and politics and all in any business, even probably where I work, which I've never experienced it at all at my shoot job, but I've experienced it in life. But my God, to go on and say that, and he's just dropping names: Billy Gunn's kids, Max Caster's an asshole, CM Punk's a racist, fucking Satnam Singh is just a basketball player. He sucks at wrestling. Who is this guy? Let us know, because I see that vein going right down here, brother.
Apparently he's nobody.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, he's got less Twitter followers than I do, and that's pretty pathetic.
Yeah, but you're the vet. Should I play your theme song again?
No, you don't have to.
I could do it. Look. No? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he did work for maybe did some WWE stuff or whatever. I don't know exactly what, but that's the thing though. Like when you're just like an extra, like he obviously was, no one has any reason to treat you badly. Why should they?
You're not a threat.
Yeah, you're just there to do a job. So the people you interact with are not always the other wrestlers and stuff, and they don't give a fuck about you. So when you're going around shaking hands, they're like, yeah, hell, shake your hand and move on, and they don't think about you. You have to be somebody for the WWE to start fucking with your life. So of course he's not going to experience that there. I don't know what he's talking to regarding CM Punk. I don't know what happened there between them, but
See, he doesn't get specific either.
Right.
He just, which is not good. You can't throw out an allegation like that. And I'm not defending CM Punk. I don't know the guy personally. I know enough people that have worked with him, been in a locker room with him, to know that he's not very liked by a majority of the people that have been around him. But I can't judge him. But to say something like that, that's like me going to work, right? And me saying, now Mario's that's my boy. And he's been on the random pod. He's actually little guest spots he's done. And I'm me saying, Mario fucking touches people's dicks all day. All right, now I'm giving you context. But if I say Mario's he's a fucking pervert. Well, why is he a pervert? He's just a pervert. Trust me.
No follow-up questions.
Yeah. Don't ask me anymore. All I'm going to say is, if your dick is hanging out, don't be around Mario or Colin. Colin is more of that's true. But anyway, Piers, you're sitting there, brother, and I see wheels turning. What's going on in your mind? Because I would love you to have this guy on. And Piers, listen, I know you don't have a co-host, brother, but I swear to God, I will come on that. I will call out of work to be on that show with you. But go ahead.
All right, we'll see if we can make it happen. I think CM Punk, like, you can say a lot of things about Punk. Like, he definitely comes across as CM Cunt.
I like that. That's his name from now on, by the way.
CM Cunt, yeah. Mm-hmm. But one thing I will say, he's very smart. And I don't think he would ever put himself in a situation where he would say a racial slur or be racist in front of anyone involved in wrestling. Because, like I said, he's not an idiot. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't think he would put himself in that situation. He might say a few other choice words, but I think that he's smart enough to have control over what's going to come out of his mouth.
Vet, do you agree with that statement?
100%.
Okay.
CM Punk is a lot of things, but he's not a racist and he's not a liar. If he says it, he believes it's true, even if he's wrong about it, but he's not lying. And he's not going to acknowledge whatever this guy said. I'm sure he's going to be asked about this for the next week if anybody can find him, which they can't because he's good at this. He did it for 7 years. You're not going to talk to CM Punk if he doesn't want you to. But I'm sure there's people that are trying to get a comment from him about this right now, and he's not going to give it to him because this guy isn't worth his time, and frankly, not worth ours. What's next on the 3 count, Ray?
Well, just real quick, Tony Khan actually came out with a statement regarding this.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Anyway,
that's kind of all he does, though, right? Sit back and take fucking shit.
Speaking of Uncle Tony Khan, excuse me, and this is a big news all over the internet right now. He cannot shut the fuck up. AEW's Tony Khan, real crown jewel of wrestling, is Northeast U.S., not some BS overseas Saudi Arabia gimmick, he says, end quote. The AEW, let me see what it says here. It says, as AEW head Tony Khan does the media rounds this week to help hype up Wednesday's Grand Slam. And by the way, guys, go to Barstools. I'm going to put them over. They've done some pretty fun interviews with MJF and stuff. They just had Tony Khan on a few hours ago. I would implore you to watch that. Barstools Wrestling. It's wrestling. They stole that from me because I've been doing that for over 10 years. Wrestling. Check it out. It's quite delightful. Anywho, so you have the Grand Slam gimmick, Queens, New York. Anyway, speaking to News 12, Tony Khan answering questions about the run of the New York State event this month. In addition, blah, 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 blah. He says, we are running a lot of great shows around the Northeast. It's so many great wrestling markets in one geographic region. I'll say it. It's the crown jewel. This is what Tony Khan says of wrestling markets. The real crown jewel of wrestling markets. Not some BS overseas Saudi Arabia. The real crown jewel. New York City is where you want to be. Of course, gentlemen. And I'll go with Vet, and then we'll go down to Piers Austin. He is he cannot get the WWE's name out of his fucking mouth, to quote Will Smith. Your thoughts on Tony Khan just not being able to stay small? Tony Khan just continuously bringing up the WWE, comparing himself to legends and himself to Paul Heyman, and he just doesn't shut up when it comes to, like, just worry about your own shit is my opinion, but you're the opinion haver, Vet. So what do you think, buddy?
I love it. Let him keep doing it as long as he wants.
Really?
Yeah, well, he said he was going to not sit back and take this shit anymore, and that's what your little drop there is referring to. It's referring to the kind of strong arm stuff that the WWE's been pulling on minor promotions. Weren't we sitting here talking about the whole thing with them and MLW of all promotions, like the lawsuit that's going on there? Like WWE wants to act like they're the only company that exists in the world and nobody else is even on their planet. And yet we hear these stories about how they're selling for these companies like MLW. Like, you really got to interfere with MLW's TV deal? Like, that's not some pettiness. So the stuff that's probably been done in regards to like marketing and like the actual business of the business, like the booking of stadiums here and there, and like in those markets, things that AEW is trying to break into, and the WWE is going to try to throw up those roadblocks like they always do. They're going to act like they don't care, and then they're going to fuck with you privately in ways that the normal wrestling media, or the wrestling public rather, doesn't usually hear about because it's not interesting to them. And he's just basically saying like, oh, I'm not going to do that. So, when he's on these media things, he's going to kind of stand up and take some verbal shots back to let people know, hey, yeah, this is going on. It's a retaliation. It's not just me, shooting my mouth off. It's I'm shooting my mouth off because, they're trying to strong arm me, and you can't strong arm somebody with more money than you, is basically Tony Khan's point, I think. If I had to guess. So, stand up for yourself. I'm fine with it. I don't care. I'm not hearing this kind of stuff, to be honest. You telling me this, Ray, this story, is me hearing about it. That's it. I don't find this stuff. It doesn't come across my desk. So I imagine if I'm me and I hear about this stuff from you, then the vast majority of people probably don't hear about this either.
Piers Austin, our friend, the artist formerly known as Lawrence Weaver, comments here. TK knows exactly what he's doing. Does he? Does he, Piers?
I feel
Maybe
like
not everything, but this.
I feel like Tony is out of his element in a lot of times that I've seen him like doing press conferences. I don't think he's been able to put on any type of compelling television. I think he's just like indie booker, just booking indie matches. He's not booking like national television. I don't. On him going after WWE, I think cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh,
and I think I think that he's probably just, you know, to be honest, I think he's trying to spark up interest. He's trying to get the internet and smart mark fans, you know, buzzing around shit, going, oh, this is a war between WWE and AEW, where WWE are probably going, yeah, okay, cool, like good luck to them. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, not a big deal. I don't think WWE really. I mean, WWE is watching. Obviously, Ben always says Stooges are out there. The Stooges are watching, so on and so forth. It's so funny. I got to retract real quick because I've been listening to the consultants. Ben Hameen breaking down how they consulted for USA Network and stuff on what is it? Not Patreon. Is it Patreon?
It's on Patreon. The consultants
it's on Patreon. Right, it's on Patreon. On Hami Media, patreon.com/Hami Media Group or Hami Media. Anywho, and during Ben always used to say the Stooges are watching. Who knew? I was talking to one of the Stooges the entire time when all this shit was going on with Raw during 2020 and the Lucha Underground, the WWE Underground, a lot of other shit, which is great, guys. I gotta implore you to head over to channelattitude.com, also Patreon, Hami Media Group on Patreon, and check out the awesome additional content. And of course, we give you this free stuff here. And then you have the replays over at channelattitude.com. So please do that, guys. We have two quick little stories real quick. Apparently, and by the way, let me see if I have it here. No, I don't have it here, so I'll just move it down for later. The Velveteen Dream story continues to unravel here. Allegedly, says according to the PW Insider, is reporting that as per court records, the case against Patrick Clark, aka Velveteen Dream, where he was charged with battery and trespassing on a property in 820? I forgot when it was. I think it was sometime in August or September, whatever the hell it was. Appears to have been dropped. Interesting. So now TMZ previously reported that Clark was involved in an altercation with a gym employee in Orlando after being asked to leave the area that was about to be clean. Clark was accused of being irate, argumentative towards the employee, and a fight ensued that allegedly led Clark to biting and threatening, with a lot of biting going on in wrestling. But anyway, and threatening to kill the employee. Police reportedly found teeth marks on the man's left chest near his nipple, on an armpit. Clark later pleaded not guilty, posted a $1,200 bond. So apparently the original thing that he was, I guess, fired for, right? Along with the dick pic thing has been dropped. Any thoughts on that, Piers? And when are you going to have Piers? When are you going to have Velveteen Dream on your show?
I've reached out.
Have you? Have you?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I reached out to him and EC3 saying, how about you both come on and I'll sort of like mediate between the two of you.
I think EC3, did he reply?
No.
Not yet? God damn it. Vet, we need you. We need you to sell. We need you to get EC3.
But I think Velveteen Dream going on and everything that he's did, like he got accused of like sending like naked pics to minors. Then he like got a charge for driving while under the influence, which I think was the straw that broke the camel's back with WWE. Then goes on to this information which just came out, plus the drug charges that just came out. I think like he's fucked in so many levels. Like he's so fucking fucked. Like there is no way that there is any type of redemption story for Velveteen Dream.
Do you agree with that, Vet?
Yeah, I mean, regardless of what the legal system decides, I mean, the stuff's already all out there. You know, the charges may have got dropped, but the charges were placed in the first place, which means something happened, which means we all heard about it.
Right.
And then all the charges getting dropped means is not that he didn't do it, it's that they're not going to punish him for whatever reason. So,
you know what? You're 100% right, because look what they did with, you remember the Rob Feinstein thing that happened back in the early 2000s?
somewhat.
Refresh our memory, sir.
That you're talking about the XPW, right?
No. Rob Feinstein,
who am I
where
thinking of?
he used to run RF Video. He was like he was the owner of Ring of
The
Honor,
shoot
like
guy, the shoot interview guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he was basically caught on camera turning up to a house to meet up with like teenage boys.
Oh no!
But
Chris
the funny
Hansen
thing was,
came out.
I know it was like some random online thing, right? But he was never charged. He was never like criminally charged, anything like that. And he's gone on to say like he was set up. It was all bullshit. Like the person he was thinking he was meeting was like a college age guy or some shit.
Okay.
But
the story is not that he was sleeping with guys. It's just that it was underage.
The story is not that he was sleeping with guys. Is the fact that like the accusation of him, trying to meet up and like, persuade a minor for sex or whatever, is that like, even if it was just an accusation, he has still never been accepted back in the wrestling world, really. Like maybe like at small indies, but nothing on the level that what he was at previously.
No, I mean, he was interviewing the very biggest stars. Like, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Vince Russo came on, I believe, the show once saying that, bro, this is going to be the last interview I ever do, bro. The last one. I freaking promise you. I may be working a lot more.
That one.
I may be working a lot more with Mr. Russo coming up, but that's a story for another day. All right. So let's before we jump into NXT, a quick fun little story. I'm gonna give you two comebacks. Two last match comebacks. There are two rumors of two wrestlers that are coming back. First one is Sean Waltman, aka X-Pac, and he says that the only way he would come back was to be in the Royal Rumble. Would you like to see that, guys?
Sure.
Well, I'll give you the second choice first. Oh. The second choice is the cancer-conquering, 2x4 wielding American man. I don't know. Hacksaw Jim Duggan saying that he would he's interested in one last match. Who would you pay money to see?
Oh, pay money. Well, that's a different story.
Yeah, you got to pay. She's like,
all right.
Because these guys got to get paid.
Can I opt to just hold on to my money?
Nope. You have to pay for one. Who are you paying to see?
All right, then I will pay to see. Oh, that's tough.
Is it?
A little bit. I mean, with Sean Waltman, it's he could have one more good match. I don't think he completely stopped wrestling, did he? I mean, I think every once in a while he lace up the boots. So it's not really, when he says one more, he's and being in the Royal Rumble, that means like he wants the WWE match, not just some random guard armory somewhere. But Hacksaw Jim Duggan, now you're like, you're paying for the nostalgia. It's almost just like an appreciation ticket, right? Like, oh yeah, so, yeah. And then there's that. Well, like if Hacksaw doesn't come back, then how is Ben Hameen ever going to get back over?
I don't know.
It's the one time the heels weren't over strong.
Hey guys, let's move past this real quick. Who is the White Rabbit gimmick? Do you think Bray Wyatt is actually going to team up with Karrion Kross and then they're going to make some kind of diabolical faction or something like that, like a 3-person faction? What do you think, Piers? Like all the innuendo, all the lights dimming, like during fucking what's her name? That she walks around with the doll. God damn it! Now, does she still walk around with the doll?
Alexa. Yes, she
does.
does.
Yeah, during her match, the lights go out. during an Alexa Bliss match. I think it's pretty obvious. Well, not obvious. I don't want to say obvious. Nothing's obvious in wrestling, but I'm pretty sure it's got to be Bray Wyatt. But is it just going to be Bray Wyatt? What do you think, Pierce? Like, are you interested in this? Are you excited to see Bray Wyatt with the handcuffs off, brother? You know, he's got the game, you know, behind him. He's probably going to let him do a whole bunch of writing and stuff, because Wyndham Rotunda is a very creative person along the lines of, I've always been a big fan of people like Jake the Snake Roberts, Raven. People,
Same.
you know, and I think, in my humble opinion, I could see Bray Wyatt having that type of influence moving forward, you know, when it comes to his creativity, being able to build off of Husky Harris and then Bray Wyatt, and then the other rendition of Bray Wyatt, and then the Fiend Bray Wyatt, and then Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt. Your opinion on this whole situation? Who do you think it is? What do you think they'll do moving forward? Have you heard anything that you could stooge off for free, brother?
I haven't heard anything, brother. But I think that if Bray Wyatt was to come back to wrestling, I think it would be WWE. I think like no indie's going to afford him, and I don't know if he'd want to go to the unknown, which is AEW, where I think WWE would probably be a familiar place for him to return. I wouldn't want to see him partnered up with Cross, just because I see they could potentially do business against each other down the line, and could possibly like have a 2 to 3 month or pay-per-view feud easily. So why put them together? Like, why not keep them separated?
What do you think, Vet? Do you think it's Bray, by the way?
Well, I mean, he's coming back. That's going to happen. If this isn't that, something else will be that. He's not going to not come back. That's just a foregone conclusion. Do I want to see it or care about it? No, I've made it very public that I'm not into anything he's ever done in his entire career.
Wow.
I personally find it embarrassing, and I don't think it's that creative. I just think he's doing stuff that other people have done. You know, like a Jake the Snake Roberts or whatever. The gimmick sucks. He sucks. I didn't miss him. But if you're going to bring back fucking Braun Strowman, and I'm damn sure they're probably going to find a way to bring back Bray Wyatt 100%. So get ready, everyone.
I got to tell you something, guys.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
I think Bray Wyatt's coming back. Anything you want to throw out there, Pierce, before we jump into NXT?
No, but I do want to say, like, I think Bray Wyatt coming back, I think that is going to be like the inevitable. But did you see, like, Randy Orton made comments about Bray Wyatt years ago, because like he said something like, are his promos that good, or is he just using words people don't understand, which make people think his promos are that good?
I'll jump in there. I think that if now that all right, let me just back up. Now that Triple H is in charge here, and I believe that maybe Bray Wyatt, hit the mic. Now that Bray Wyatt's going to have the perennial handcuffs, taken off and shit like that, I'm interested to see how far he can take this character for real, because he was going down a really cool road when they were talking about lizard people and Egyptian mysteries and all this other shit that us here at Hami Media Group, we understand, with the conspiracy horsemen and stuff like that. And I think I really do feel, Pierce, that this family that we've built here, and I'm talking about your fans, people that come on, our friends and family here, the people, the PWC, our new friends at Wrestling for Life. By the way, next week, we may have another third. Nick from Wrestling for Life may join us here, and he may be taking over from now on. That you good with that? I'm kidding. I just wanted to see if you would get sad, because I know I love you, Vet. Vet is like my friend. I care for him deeply, and I would never leave him or forsake him. But anyway, I'm interested to see how good he could be. I am leaning towards the fact that I think that Bray Wyatt is I hate using that word genius. I think he's a very good mind for the business, if that makes any sense. Will he be like a Jake the Snake Roberts, which I never thought WWE or AEW ever used Jake to his full potential when it comes to creativity. Matt Hardy, another great mind in the business, even though Vet absolutely fucking hates the broken gimmick. I love it. But anyway, you guys ready for NXT?
I'm afraid we've got some bad news.
I'm afraid we've got some bad news. In the words of the great MJF,
You fucking mark!
all right, ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT. That's it. No 2.0. That's just NXT, ladies and gentlemen. Even though they're kind of putting it over, like they're phasing out the rainbow vomit, you know, change the logo. It's changing. It's a changing, ladies and gentlemen.
They only changed the logo.
So far.
Everything else is exactly the same.
No, shut up.
Except it's like they cleaned off the logo, but they left all the other paint everywhere else.
God, kill me. NXT took place September 20th, 2022. We were headlined by a number one contenders match by a tall midget and a short, stout guy. Actually, two really fucking incredible talents, I think, in the ring. All right, let's vet. I'm gonna lean on you. Usually, well, you do the thing, and we'll just talk. So, you do.
All right, I'll do the thing, and I'm glad that Piers is here because I'm tired of going. I was putting my socks on during this, so we'll get to finally have some more takes. So we're gonna start off with Mello and Solo in Sean's office at Impact Wrestling, where he kind of enforces a technicality that Solo wasn't sanctioned to be in this match, so he wasn't even able to be voted into this match. So we just you'd have to relinquish the title, Solo Sikoa. I'm sorry. We're going to decide to enforce rules all of a sudden out of nowhere. And then there's going to be a ladder match with a bunch of guys later. But who cares about that? Because give me that belt. That's basically what Sean is saying as he's looking at both guys at once. Even though they're on opposite sides of the room.
I knew you were going to say something about the fucking weird eye.
Hey, I'm not the only one that says things about the weird eye. But, so, I'm pretty sure that we've had Brock Lesnar win entire Royal Rumbles that he wasn't scheduled to be in, or just walk into Money in the Bank matches that, he wasn't scheduled to be in, and they upheld those rules. But apparently down here in Florida, no such luck. You can't just walk in off SmackDown and win a belt. So give it back. Give it back. And forget all that other stuff. Think about this. With all the power that the Bloodline supposedly has, like, they're just gonna let this stand. They're gonna let the kid just give up his belt, and they're not gonna have anything to say about it. Yes, Ray.
I was just acknowledging the Bloodline.
Oh, you're throwing up a 1. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I thought you had a question, but so yeah. I mean, Pierce. I mean, are you buying this bullshit?
Oh,
it's the biggest. Like, it's. I haven't watched NXT in a few weeks, and this is the first one back. But like from my memory in NXT, wrestlers were like coming out and going, "That's it. At the next pay-per-view or next show, I'm challenging you for the NXT championship." And then it's like, okay, cool. And then the match is official, like because this wrestler said it. So like, why now? I agree. Like, why now enforce this rule? I think it's stupid. Why put Solo Sikoa over for that title? Even to begin with, like, what could it be to punish Hayes? Could it be like, what? Well, fuck you. We're going to take the title off you, and now it's. Because if they put the title right back on Hayes, then that's just fucking stupid.
Right. Agree.
Yeah, but on the other hand, punish him for what? I haven't seen Carmelo Hayes' name hasn't come up in any of these 3-count stories of people biting titties and everything else. I haven't heard nothing bad about. He's stayed out of the headlines very, very well.
I'm just throwing out speculation.
Right. So I don't know, but maybe Ray can. Well, maybe he can make some sense of this.
Well, first and foremost, I have to say that I did like going into that backstage area where apparently
Impact.
Well, there were no lights; they were just normal lights.
There were those colored lights everywhere. This was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Like,
just so you know, Pierce, Vet is very much against fluorescent multicolored lights in Impact Wrestling everywhere, backstage, in the bathroom, in catering. You know, you don't know whether the cheese is spoiled or if it's just the weird lights in the back. You know, is this cheese supposed to be green?
It could be green.
Anyway, but all right. So first, I like the fact that we come in and we have an authority figure, which I think is important in a developmental show. You know, somebody to make the call, somebody to say this. You know, hey, you can't do this, you can't do that. Secondly, I think it's okay for them to see. Remember, this is a new NXT. I think they're slowly moving away from NXT 2.0. I think,
although I will counter with that, he won it on the old NXT.
God damn it, they're trying to make a statement saying that now, you know, we're doing things different now. We're doing things different. Triple H, Shawn Michaels is the authority figure. We're going to be doing things by the rule book. And I didn't see anything wrong with this. I really didn't, guys. I thought it was okay. I did like the way the scene was shot as well between Carmelo, you know, Solo Sikoa. Now, you know, Ben was going on a little bit of a rant on, I think, of the Monday locker room. Like, you know, why would you have the kid on you know, make a debut on SmackDown and then bring him back down to NXT, and then, you know, whatever, bring him back anyway, back and forth. My thought process is that, I don't know, maybe this is a storyline that was already built in. They kind of just saw it through, and then they're saying, all right, well, we'll bring because Solo Sikoa is now officially a SmackDown guy. Right, he's the main roster.
Well, I straightened Ben out last week on the Next Level Wrestling.
You did. So. I love you guys together because you guys just don't agree on anything.
Right.
And I love the fact. No, I'm sorry, Piers. Real quick, I love the fact that you just buried Ben's ideas for the USA Network. That was just par excellence. But please, Piers, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, do you think Sikoa is just over his head going to the main roster right now? Like, from as far as his work rate, gimmick, or do you think he's fully ready to go on to the main roster?
That.
Yeah, sure. Because there's nothing else he can learn down there. The only thing he can do in NXT is get hurt by these kids that don't know how to fucking work. So might as well just put him up there, and you know, he gets to lean on the family and let them do a lot of the heavy lifting. You know, if we're just talking about taking a Samoan guy and having him have a pro wrestling match on television, I think we're good. I think we'll be fine. Yeah. Right? He cannot benefit any further from NXT. So I say, yeah.
I agree. Listen, I mean, what more of a character build does he need? I mean, what else is he going to do? I mean, he's a street champion.
Yeah. And when you're on tour, different street lights, every city.
Yeah.
You know,
did you know? I don't know if Pierce. Did you know that Solo Sikoa actually gains his power by standing near street lights?
Really?
Have you not seen him fight a street lamp?
What
do you call them in Australia? The street lights. What do you call those things?
Street lights.
Okay, cool.
Wow, so fascinating. It's like a whole other world.
I don't know. The fucking the water in the toilet goes backwards. You know, in Australia, it's like it's a whole different universe there, brother. If it exists,
if that's it.
Yeah. Right? We're in the future, brother.
Yeah, I'll bet Pierce really lives in Austin, Texas. He gets off. He's like, all right, fuck this shit. He has a fucking Texan accent. God damn it!
It can be close if you know what I mean. Just a little tweak here in the vocal range. Yeah,
you think so?
It can be. Yeah. If someone's not paying attention. But yeah, so all right, well let's move on and let's get to part 2 of Axiom versus Nathan Fraser. So if you haven't watched this in a while, Pierce, you may not know these guys are in the middle of a best 2 out of 3 series. So I mean, normally wrestling matches can get this done in one night, a 2 out of 3 falls match, but apparently they wanted to drag it out into multiple nights. So here we are, Axiom and Fraser. Nathan Fraser's got the single guy tan again. Do I need to re-explain that, Ray? Should I explain the single guy tan to the people? Okay, well, if you notice, Nathan Fraser is orange on everywhere except where his own hands can reach. So that must mean that he doesn't have a significant other to get his back covered for with the bronzer and the fake tan and all that stuff. So he's got this fishy white back, and everything else is.
Why doesn't he just see this back scratcher? Yeah. You know, just get a loofah or like a sponge, pull over that stuff, and just.
Yep.
No.
It's important to get a whole person, Ray, because the streakiness of how it dries on you, like that's what you want to avoid, right? So,
Pierce, what do you call this in Australia? Back scratcher.
Back scratcher.
Oh man, it's great. I love learning. You know, it's just it makes everything. So yeah. But what I notice the most about this match here is, dude, Fraser is doing the full Seth Franklin Rollins treatment here. He's got Seth's gear.
What?
He's got his moves. He did the superplex into he didn't do a Falcon's Arrow, but he did like the what is it? The Blade Buster or whatever,
sure.
You know, that move. And then he did a Phoenix Splash. So he's basically just saying, "Hello, I am small English Seth Rollins." So there's that, but other than that, like, Ray, what did you take away from this as we get the series tied up at one apiece?
Well, you know that I'm a fan of Nathan Frazier. I like the kid. I don't see him that way, the way that you see him, as a cheap ripoff of what's his face, Seth Rollins. I don't see him that way. I like him. I actually have enjoyed this 2 out of 3 series so far. You know, just for the in-ring stuff. You know, the match. Like yesterday.
For the record, though, Ray, I don't see him as a ripoff until I watch this fucking match.
I got you. No, that's fair.
All of a sudden, he became one. I don't know why.
Fair
continue.
Enough. But I just think Nathan Frazier and Axiom, they have good in-ring chemistry from what I saw. Listen, there was a guy. So Pierce, you know, I take the train home. You know, the metro. What do you call the train in Australia?
Train.
Anyway,
this is amazing. I feel so cultured.
This is awesome. I'm taking the train home. Some homeless guy is screaming and smoking some type of substance that smelled like a mix of cigarettes and ashes and a crack. But anyway, I didn't even pay attention to the guy. I was so into this match. I thought it was fun to watch. I loved the finish of the match. I thought the finish was great. Yes, I did notice that he did the Seth Rollins superplex into whatever the hell it would be. But bro, what was it? A superplex, and he hit the final cut, and that was it, right? The Phoenix Splash.
He went up and did a Phoenix.
Listen, brother. For an opening match, I thought this was reminiscent, Pierce, to me, of a good old-fashioned X Division match to kick off an Impact Wrestling. What do you think?
Yeah, I can see that. I actually think Nathan Fraser looks a lot like
Spanky. Say it, Spanky. Oh
no, he's got I don't know, just like looking at him, he gives off like a Heath Slater type of vibe. You know, him as a baby face, like he just looks like a generic long-haired baby face. Like, you know, what's his character? Like, what does he actually do? Like, what's he trying to portray? The match itself, I found like it was, like you said, I felt like it was more of like an indie style match, just very fast paced, get the crowd going sort of thing.
Get your shit in.
Not much. Yeah, exactly. Like it was just get your shit in. Didn't really seem like there was a lot of selling in the match. Like it seemed like it was just like bang, okay, get back up, bang, get back up.
Oh my God. Ray, they speak English in Australia. It's not like entirely different like Hebrew.
We speak Australian.
Yeah, they don't speak English. They speak Australian, dumbass. Anyway.
Yeah. Way to like drop your own language in there and try to get over.
Yeah.
Could have said any language in the world, but he chose his own.
All right. I can't wait till we get to Grayson Waller so I can have Pierce say his name.
Oh, all right. Well, before that, we got to get to Alba Fire promo.
Oh, no.
I don't have any comments. Do you have any comments, Ray?
Fuck yeah, she sucks. I hate her.
All right.
And you know what's great? You know what's going? No. You know what's great? You know what's great, Vet? When you were doing the show with Ben, the next level last week, he totally buried Alba Fire and I loved every fucking second of it. I think she stinks. I think she's the worst. She looks like my first grade teacher, Pierce, that told me that I would never make it as a paleontologist because I would have to go to school too long, and she told me I should be a garbage man or a policeman instead. Fucking racist bitch. She's a CM Punk.
She's a CM Punk. All right, well, yeah. What do you think, Pierce? Is Alba Fire a CM Punk?
Yeah, well, it's funny. The last time I remember watching her, like a month or so ago, she was doing the same promo at Mandy Rose with the baseball bat, with the shit. Like, okay, hun, like we get it. You've been doing the same shtick for like the past 3 months, and you haven't gone over for the title. How are you now trying to convince me that, or convince the audience that you are a viable threat to this championship, that you are a viable threat for the main event?
Well, I'll tell you exactly how. She used to have a green bat. Now she has a red one.
Give her a back scratcher.
Serious business.
Now I get it.
Because whoever has a green bat, you know what I mean? Like, how are you supposed to take somebody seriously? It's 2022. Get a red bat.
You don't give her a back scratcher? So you scratch people across the eyes with it?
Do you think you wouldn't have made a good paleontologist because you would have been trying to excavate entirely with a back scratcher?
Oh, I found the Brontosaurus.
Yeah.
No?
That's probably what she was talking about. So Toxic Lounge, there's a meeting, and then they go out to the ring. And then Vic, and when we come back from break, Vic and Wade are doing an on-camera, and then they pitch to the package of Damon Kemp's confession. This is part 2 of his confession, right? Like, he's already did one last week, but now he's like telling part 2 of his evil plan, where he lays everything out, you know, basically admitting all his crimes, which were filmed. Again, so, you know, if you're playing sports entertainment bingo at home, you can check your filmed crime box. Yeah, my question to this is, where did Toxic Attraction go?
I don't know.
They were like, they just show Vic and Wade at the ring, and the ring's fucking empty. So I guess they're off. They were probably like off by the table since Vic and Wade weren't there. So they were probably like, oh, you know, we'll just stand over here off camera while these two guys talk about something that has nothing to do with the match we're about to have.
I did think of that, by the way. I was like, wait a second, is this a pre-tape?
Yeah. So there you go, Pierce. A little continuity for you. But other than that, what'd you think of the Damon Kemp confession?
Well, you know, it's funny, like you mentioned, like the Toxic Attraction coming to the ring, and then they go to the ad, and then it's like Wade Barrett and that. Dude, I just smoked a joint before. Like, I sat down and watched that, and I went back and had to fucking rewind that 3 times because I was so fucking high. I was like, what did I miss? Because I was like, okay, I'm gonna seriously watch it. Seriously, like, wait for it, and it's like, wait, did I miss something? I did it 3 times. I rewound it 3 times.
That's so funny. Listen, with the whole confession thing, is it me, or is Damon Kemp just, I can't take him serious? I'm sure the guy's a tough guy. The guy will probably twist me into a fucking pretzel, especially now at my advanced age with all these ailments I have.
But it's just when he's talking. This is how he sounds. He's like, look, I took the money. It was me. Oh, how sweet it was. I took the money. What?
He sounds like he should be in the Tony D'Angelo family.
Yes.
They're like, missing a guy.
Tony D'Angelo, he comes, and the money's on the floor, and I pick it up, and I said, I took the phone and threw it against the wall. Oh, how sweet.
This is the way the guy sounded. What the fuck was that? Bro,
if
this guy
needs a mouthpiece, it's him.
You just took the words out of my mouth. Get the little black guy that used to manage them. What's his name? Oh, he's in AEW.
He's part of the firm now.
Oh.
Yeah. But he was like, he would have been the perfect, like, I think Bivens would have been the perfect sort of heel, like, mastermind behind fucking Kemp doing it. And, like, you just have Kemp just sitting there like a fucking Taz type character, just, you know, silent, just fucking sitting there popping out like that. And
popping
like
he's
Bivens
5'3". What do you mean popping out? Popping out what?
Well,
If it's trunks like I
sideways.
was?
He pops out
Oh,
horizontally. Yeah.
popping out like out of my jorts, like when I saw Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, just like that.
How do you guys? Can you guys wrap your head around how fucking weird that moment is in my life? I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out doing selfies with Big Vito LaGrasso in Disney World, and then fucking Jeff Hardy runs over. That's not weird to you guys?
I mean, not to me, but
well,
the wonderful world of wrestling, bro.
it's fucking weird. It was just a weird moment. My wife's staring at me like, look at this fucking mark.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
So your wife no-sold Jeff Hardy, basically.
She doesn't know who the fuck the guy is. She did say that Scotty 2 Hotty was handsome. She found him to be very attractive. She was like, "Oh, that's a good-looking man." I say, "He's a wrestler. He looked great."
Now, Scotty, I know it was like overcast a lot of the days you were there. So did he have the bucket hat with the hair sticking out the top, or did his bucket hat have a cover on it?
It had a little umbrella right through the middle.
Oh,
it was weird. Yeah, it had it's the bucket hat. Then it has 4 little stand gimmicks, and then the wide umbrella that comes down.
All right,
it's awesome.
Maybe a new gimmick he's working on for his comeback. Well,
who knows?
Yeah, we'll figure that out. Anyway,
Damon Kemp.
Damon Kemp. Yeah. So, I know what I was going to ask you, Ray. Okay, you said Damon Kemp. You can't take him serious. Okay, on the take him serious scale.
Oh,
Damon Kemp, Roderick Strong.
Oof. So Damon Kemp is.
I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
Roddy Strong is more.
And we serious like a leg period.
I don't know if that actually gives me an answer, so I'll just move on.
So I'll take Roddy Strong seriously cutting a promo over Damon Kemp.
Oh, okay. All right.
Does that make sense? Because he's serious like a late period. It's way more serious.
I guess. So anyway, the whole reason they did this like this was that so while Damon Kemp is confessing on the package, so that Ivy and Paxum Tately can just watch that on the monitor backstage, because they're the next team that's supposed to come out and fight Toxic Attraction. So while they're all the way back in the locker room waiting to make an entrance, they're watching this video. This is some NXT 2.0 shit. We're supposed to be beyond this kind of terrible formatting, but anyways,
so NXT 1.8. We're just going down.
Yeah, it's retracted a little bit. Right. We've wiped some paint off, and
a little bit.
And so anyway, they're upset. They get upset. Well, mostly Ivy gets upset. Then they go out, and then we get the Diamond Mine, or at least half a Diamond Mine person, and I don't think Paxum is still officially in it, versus Toxic Attraction. In this match, Reptilian Brit Baker does everything she can think of to have a personality, right? Like, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but it was random screaming, weird unnatural gestures like she always does, of course, the tongue.
Can you please explain really quickly to Pierce why you call her Reptilian Brit Baker and the tall giraffe with the big ass?
Oh, well, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I call JC Jane Reptilian Brit Baker because she looks like Brit Baker and sticks her tongue out a lot, flitting like a lizard or a snake or some sort. So I question her origin as a human. And then the PAWG is Gigi, and the G stands for giraffe.
Yeah. So
it's a giraffe.
Fat ass giraffe.
All right.
White giraffe.
All right, so now that he's caught up. Yeah. So, but the weird thing about this was Ivy Nile is the one that gets beat, even though her partner has literally been nothing but enhancement talent the entire career in NXT. So you got the person built in to take the fall, and yet Ivy gets beat. I guess they want to just show how much this is affecting Ivy, the collapse of Diamond Mine. So they go with that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that you could have done the thing where you show the package, then Diamond Mine comes out, right? And then Toxic Attraction comes out after.
Right.
Because there was no reason for Toxic to go out first. So you could have avoided this whole weird formatting thing if you had just changed the order of the show. I don't know why this is such a struggle for them. I'm just a regular 9 to 5 guy, and I come home and I talk about wrestling, and this shit seems so fucking easy to me. You can't tell me that all these, brilliant wrestling minds can't figure this shit out. You got Shawn Michaels, you got Terry Taylor. I don't know who else is involved in the creative process, but just those two guys alone should be able to quickly write down a wrestling show and get it right. And then we go through this bullshit. But anyway, Pierce, did you have any thoughts on the match or anything surrounding this whole story situation where Ivy is just so brokenhearted about her team breakup, or part of it anyway?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're putting more like into Ivy Nile here, like as far as like a character, because like she looks intimidating. She looks like a female Scott Steiner. So like I think giving her character a bit of substance is probably a good thing. So it's giving her a bit more than just like going in there and just like squashing other like female talent. And like I said, I think her taking the loss gives that more of the story, like as you were saying, of like how it's affecting her and where does she go from here. I reckon it'd be pretty cool if she ends up like turning heel and joining up with Kemp. I reckon that could end up being like, that could be pretty interesting to see.
BDM5 says, make Ivy Nile Ludwig Borga or Luna. I saw
come
her,
on, just because she has the sides and back of her head shaved, she has to be one of those other people that had the sides and back of their head shaved and blonde.
Listen, when it comes to Ivy Nile, they should book her. They should have booked her off the. Number one, she should be a singles wrestler. I don't care how tall she is. Number one. Number two, you book her like ECW Taz. Just have her fucking suplexing people, putting people in submissions. She is fucking dangerous. She's always a threat to a title, the title. She's always there beating people up, hurting people, putting people, put her in there with a couple of enhancement talents. Have her, show her putting these enhancement talents that are one-offs onto a stretcher, into the fucking ambulance on a weekly basis. This is what she should be. Now
Instead,
they have her.
She's tag teaming with an enhancement talent that has a Green Hornet mask.
Bro, I just don't get it. That I don't get. Ivy Nile has tons of potential. She is the female Taz, Pierce.
That is what I was gonna say. Like, you took the words out of my mouth there, like by saying that. Like, Booker like Taz in ECW. They should have done that with Shayna Baszler when she was in NXT, and they should have done that to Baszler when she went up to Raw, but they didn't. I think with Ivy Nile, they have that opportunity to do that now, like having her be like this emotional wreck because like Diamond Mine split up. They should just have her be like Stone Face Killer. Like, fuck that.
That's it.
But
fuck
again,
Diamond
it's
Mine.
another way to, but in another way, it's a way to sort of accentuate the character more. So,
well, look, they did everything you said. She was the female Taz, and then she joined Diamond Mine, and then they just don't feature her as much because there aren't as many things that you could do with the women and the men at the same time. So she's still kind of split off, but then they just give her this like protege thing. But I mean, really the issue with Ivy Nile, if you want to talk about it, is just the fact that she's not consistently used. Mm-hmm. I mean, she was nowhere to be found last week when, Damon Kemp's doing his first videotape confession. So, I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe there's some reason. Maybe she wasn't available for whatever reason. I don't know. Injury, family emergency, whatever the case. That she just hasn't been around to use. But I don't think that she's been ruined yet. It's just that they're not consistent with her appearances. But she has been the female Taz. So, I mean, it's not like it's too late. It's just now you have to actually decide how much you want to focus on her. Also, remember, this is just... She's not been doing this that long, so she can't carry off some of this stuff. Taz was he'd been somewhat pretty established as far as knowing what to do in the ring and stuff by the time he was doing the human suplex machine deal. So
are you saying, Pierce, do you agree with this? Do you think that they should continue with this story where she cares too much, and then finally she just doesn't give a fuck? So in other words, we see a development. We see her human side. We see her fallible side. And then finally, she's fucking snaps mentally. And she just becomes a stone cold killer.
I think for me, I'd like to see her join up with Kemp. You know what I mean? Like she could, you know what I mean? Because I think that's
a
could
good
be
idea.
like, you know what I mean? Like he can be like, and you know, next week, part 3 of his confession or wherever it is down the line, or when there's a match between Kemp and like one of the Creeds or Roderick Strong, whatever, she costs the match, she turns, and then he can say like, the whole time I needed to have someone on the inside who was working, and who else it felt like she was excluded from blah, blah, blah. Then, you know what I mean? And then that could even take her to that next level of that complete bad bitch. You know what I mean? Like China style of like ill muscle. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like they could go with it, but like again, I think a Taz style push. You know, while they have started to give it to her, they haven't really given her like given it a red hot go.
And I would actually have her say stuff like, you know, I turned Damon Kemp into a man, you know, and whisper in his ear, you know, stuff.
Oh, shit.
Damon, what happened? That's not a good idea.
I think it's been done.
Like she's whispering, he's like,
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, we'll do that.
you don't know what she's saying.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do you guys rate Ivy Nile as a wrestler? Like, what do you think of her in-ring stuff?
I'll go with Vet first. Whatever he says, I'm gonna pretty much follow.
Again, for some, I think she's where she needs to be for as somebody that's been doing it as long as they have. But
Right.
I don't know.
She's still green. Right.
Yeah, but she's not gonna. I don't know. Like the way they work these days, that's kind of well enough to get by because they plan their whole match out anyway. So if I go by that criteria, like, come on, bro, Aaliyah's on SmackDown, man.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Like, what do you? What is so bad about Ivy Nile? I would do something different though. Like, just I'm tired of them not thinking about like what would really get people interested. They just do the same old shit over and over again. You know what I would do? I'd have him like whenever they have like the eventual face to face with Damon Kemp, I'd have her punch him in the fucking mouth. And then before he can get his hands on her, like, okay, I'm going to stretch this bitch now. Like, I'm really going to shoot on her.
Whoa.
Then...
I'll shoot on her, stretcher.
Then Hank and all the security can come in and break it up so that we don't have to either have a man get beat up by a woman or see a man-on-woman violence. But now you're like, okay, well, this was about to happen. And then that puts that thought in your mind. Like, that's how mad she is that this happened. You know what I mean? That's how much she cares, if she cares. But they're kind of... all right, just take that comment.
Okay, I'll take it down.
Not acknowledging that. All right, let's move on. Schism.
Acknowledge me.
Schism walks, and then we see Tyler and JD arrive with their rolling cases. You know, so you know they're wrestlers. And then Schism's in the ring, and then they're saying some stuff, and then Idris and Malik attack, and it just turns into a match.
We see this more than once, by the way.
Right, this is time number 1, instance number 1 of a scuffle turning into official match. And then I wrote that Malik has a nice Argyle sweater vest that he keeps on.
What is that? Why do you have the body?
It's class.
Oh, fuck that shit.
Oh.
You don't put him in a fucking Carlton gimmick from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and have him wrestle with that when this guy has a fucking 20-pack.
Well, this has to be him, right?
Oh, then
like who would ever think to suggest to put that on him?
Then I would this is the situation where if you're a veteran, I'd be like, listen, kid, come here, take that shit off. Don't wear that shit in the ring. You're not gonna wear that. Now, my question is this: during this match, was the fact that he wore that sweater during the match the only reason he wore that sweater was for that one spot where he gets grabbed by the sweater? Do you remember that spot?
No. Probably put on socks.
No, put it on socks. Pierce, you gotta.
They weren't Argyle socks for the record. They were just regular.
Yeah, you have to understand, Pierce. You know,
socks.
Vet is getting ready for work, and he has this collection of socks. It's a giant closet of socks. He just goes through. Oh no, this one doesn't fit right. No, that's a little too warm for this one today. And he's just going through socks while he's supposed to be watching NXT.
Mm-hmm.
So
every once in a while I look down and miss something. But
right. So this one has a
yeah,
whole.
well, I mean, but basically the dyad goes over.
They do.
I mean, I don't really have anything else to add. I'm not a fan of the gimmick. What about you, Pierce? Are you a fan of the? I'm sure the last time you saw these guys, they were called Grizzly Young Veterans, but here they are.
Do you know what's funny? I predicted them to be Joe Gacy's like guys when they were under the hoods.
The hoods, yeah.
Yeah.
So
and
did
everybody
that.
else on the entire internet.
So did that.
But they still dragged it out. They still dragged it out for us all and just made us wait.
Here's me thinking I was like the fucking whatever. But yeah, thanks for sharing that because I was like when I was like, oh fuck, I picked that months ago.
We all had that kind of idea, man, that they would be the guys. Actually, Vet, I think you called it out really early.
Yeah, but I just saw somebody else say it. Like I didn't.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't some genius.
It was
idea
probably
on
Pierce.
my part.
You probably heard Pierce say it.
I probably heard Pierce say it.
Yeah.
I probably was on Twitter.
Right.
Instead of promoting his shows, he just said, "Guys, I think." But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, they're good, but I just don't like this gimmick. Actually, I only like Zach Gibson. I don't give a shit what his new name is. I only like Zach Gibson as the only money guy out of this whole thing. I think
The tall ball guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you notice? Didn't James Drake not have his? Because he's supposed to have a black contact lens in one of.
He had it on.
Did he? Because by the end of the match, maybe it slipped behind because I didn't see it no more.
What's the team called now? So they're not Grizzled Young Vets anymore. They've changed it to like
the Dyad.
Oh no, is it the Schism?
It's the Schism when it's all three of them. The Dyad is the two of them.
Yeah, the Dyad. It's like a triad, but just two.
Yeah, exactly.
Diarrhea and Jism. Okay.
Yeah.
See, you got the Jism. I said Jism.
Well,
Jism is
the whole internet said Jism.
Jism is such an '80s porn term, and I grew up watching.
Yeah,
80s porn.
we've since shortened it. We say jizz all the time, right?
Yeah.
We just don't say the whole word, right?
Call them a jizz.
Who has time for an extra syllable? We're all busy.
Hey man, we're Australian. We abbreviate everything.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Like we just put an O on the end of everything.
Like, come on, give me something.
All right. So, I don't know. You just go like, fuck it. I don't know. Just go down the bottle-o.
Really?
Yeah, like we'd call like. I don't know, like for example, like my name Pierce, right? So you can't really abbreviate Pierce without anything. But like I have family members that'll like abbreviate and go, "Hey, Piercy." I'm like,
okay,
making it longer.
You're just adding letters to my name to
hey,
it.
Piercy.
You know what I mean? Like you're just adding shit to it. Like I never understood it, but yeah. Like
all right, before we move on, what do you do? What would you do with my name, Big Ray?
Oh, we'd probably go Big Rayo.
Big Rayo.
That's not even abbreviating. That's just adding things.
That's just adding.
I would abbreviate it like this. I would call him Ray, and then I'd just leave the Y off.
Shaco.
Oh, it's a G'day. Oh, we call him G'day Ray.
G'day Ray.
G'day Ray. That's
I like that.
All right, new name.
That's a new name.
Since
G'day
you're
Ray.
it's better than regular Ray.
Yeah, G'day
or plain Ray or any of the
Ray.
other average
G'day
Rays.
Ray.
G'day Ray.
You know who's not plain average or whatever is Quincy Elliott.
Ooh.
The guy.
I don't have a kazoo. Do you have a kazoo?
Mabel Dust. Do you remember Mabel Dust? Yeah, we get a brief recap in case you missed his action from last week, and you could see him do the sort of things he did. The full match wasn't much longer than this recap, so don't worry if you missed it. They caught you up. What's up, Ray?
I went out of my way to watch this on YouTube because they do have the full match on YouTube. I think it was like a 4-minute match or something like that. I don't know if you guys are going to agree with me. I told Vet Pierce this last week. I think there is a ton of money on this kid. I'm serious, on so many different
there's
levels.
a ton on this kid.
Actually, he's lost a ton of weight. If you look at him from when he got signed to where he is now. I don't know how do you work in that fucking that neck brace that's supposed to be like a collar or whatever. I think they need to fix that. He looks very uncomfortable in that thing. But yeah, I've heard it all. Viscera and Goldust had a baby and stuff like that. I think this kid, if they do it right, if they make him, do they need to go the creepy gay route? Remember when Orlando Jordan came to Impact Wrestling and he was just putting jizz all over himself? Jism. He's putting jizz all over. What happened, Piers?
He lives in Australia. He lives in Australia now.
Oh God, why? Why would you accept him? That's my question. That sounded wrong.
Yeah, come on now.
He always weirded me out because he didn't have any eyebrows. You know, he should tattoo them on like what's his name does. What's his name? Bobby. I don't want to say that because I don't want to get my ass kicked. That is a scary man. But anywho, I love this kid. I really do, man. All right. I don't know, man. Piers, what do you think they're gonna move forward? Like, what can they do to make this an even bigger deal? First and foremost, and also, the one thing I go to when I look at somebody like him is I immediately go into find how tall he is. He's listed at 5'11", which means he's about 5'9", 5'10".
I think with his gimmick, from what I've seen of it, they haven't like outright blatantly like admitted what sexuality he is, and I think they won't do that. I think that they're going to skirt the line of that. Yeah, I mean, like that was the same thing that they did with Velveteen Dream as well. When you look at it, you know, those pseudo-sexual characters that they just sort of have the, you know what I mean? Like they have them part of the show. Like you look at a Goldust character, they never blatantly came out and said Goldust was any particular sex or sexual preference. You know what I mean? But he just did certain things which made you go, well, is he not? And I think that that's what they're going to do. Well, that's what they're doing, and that's what they're going to do with this dude.
You listen to Keeping It 100, right?
Sometimes,
okay. So Conan does the whole, kazoo thing when he's does not approve. I don't have a kazoo with me, but I do have a kazoo sound effect. So is this a good thing or is it a?
But this is.
So what is it? Is it good or bad? I just wanted to play the kazoo effect. That is awesome.
The kazoo effect gets a kazoo. Yeah, that's for damn sure. Don't ever play that again.
Yeah, the kazoo's got heat.
Oh God! So do you think there's money in this though? This kid?
I think there's money in anything that's different and it's unique.
It's very
I
different.
think that a character like this, while it's not exactly the same as Velveteen Dream, it does skirt that line. But I think it is different enough that it could be money. But it just depends on how much that this performer buys into it, really.
Okay, Vet.
I
doesn't care. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I can't. I just.
He has nice breast.
Even if you thought there's some way to do something with this gimmick, the WWE will find the way to not do anything worthwhile with it.
Yes, Jinder Mahal. WWE was non-binary before non-binary was cool.
You're right. The boy's right. All right. So Wendy Chu enters. And then we get a little package of Roxy remembering her Satomura match from the other week and how she's now she's learned grit because Satomura put a fucking beating on her. And now that she's gritty, she'll use that grit against her old enemy Jade. So, All right, interesting premise. But here's what's this was corny. I'm not going to lie. But what's intriguing to me about it is Roxy's a good enough worker that she could have a different type of match. If she says this, she could actually change the way she works in a match with Cora. Whereas most people they'll say one thing, whatever the story is, and then they go in there and just have the same match they would have had with anybody. That's why Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens got yelled at WrestleMania by Vince McMahon or whatever the case was. Because they just had the same whole indie match that they were going to have. But Roxy can do it. She's good enough to do a different type of match. So if she gets in there with Cora and they could do something. I don't know if she will, but she could. So that's what I find interesting about this. The way they did this was kind of like, it's all right. But yeah. So, but I look for that glimmer of hope, I guess, with the youth of tomorrow. So are you a big fan of Roxy, Piers, or not enough info to tell?
I enjoyed her stuff in Ring of Honor before Ring of Honor changed. I thought seeing her there when she won, I think, the women's title there, I thought, okay, this is like someone who's just like you're gonna keep an eye on in the next few years. I was surprised to see her get signed to WWE so quickly, like especially so young. But WWE have got a few people around that same age, that sort of like late teens, early 20s. I don't know. I think where she's at in NXT is probably where she should be at right now. Like, I don't think she should be really in a main event. I think she's like very young. I think she's got a lot of time on her hands. But like Cora Jade, like her and like Bron Breakker, like they're a thing now, are they?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
I have some actually some audio of them backstage.
Oh shit. Here we go. That's some cool shit. That's it.
Yo, if Vet could punch me through a computer, he would right now.
I'm saving up some verbal punches.
Okay. I love you, Vet.
But anyway,
in a non-binary way.
In a non-binary way, right? Why limit it to just one traditional kind of love? Cora enters, so now we get Cora Jade versus Wendy Chu.
Sure.
This is a match, and then afterwards, Lash comes in with a pump kick in heels, by the way. So very impressive.
Very
impressive.
Dangerous to do that. She could have broken an ankle, by the way.
Yeah. Ray, how was this match?
It's all right.
Okay, Piers?
Should I play the Gazoo again? No?
No,
Okay,
you don't have to.
Okay.
It's all right. All right, Mackenzie is with Junior, and she asks him who he thinks is going to win the main event tonight, and he waffles about it for a little bit, and then he's like, I think Tyler, got to go with Tyler. So Braun thinks Tyler's going to win. All right, very exciting, enthralling. You can definitely tell from this why this kid's going to shoot straight to the top.
Worst guest spot. I'm gonna put it out before I forget to say it. When he was doing the commentary, this guy was like a broken record saying the same shit over and over again. How can you have an uncle he's so good he was bad on the microphone, but so incredibly entertaining? This guy cuts a promo like his dad. Actually, no, his dad was entertaining.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Fuck. How can he get it so wrong? Is that somebody's fault?
No.
Okay.
It's weird. Doing commentary is weird. You think you're going to go out there and you're going to be like, okay, I got this. I've heard millions of hours of wrestling commentary. And then you just go out there and you're just like, yeah.
It's the back gorilla.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Nobody?
They make it look easy, and it's not. So
it's not easy. What Pierce, what you do is hard. You still ring announcing, bro? Or you?
Yeah, ring announce, commentate, and potentially going to be doing some more other stuff.
I always wanted to be a ring announcer. How do I get a job as a ring announcer, Pierce? Can you get me a job when I move down to Florida? Are you close to Florida in Australia?
Yeah, I'm a little bit far from Florida.
Fuck. Okay, Vet's gonna hit me again. Go ahead, Vet.
Oh no! All right. We see Trick pumping up Mello, who's intensely holding and staring at a ladder. You know, that'll help him train for his ladder match that he's
envisioning. He's envisioning himself winning.
He's getting it. Well, that's another guy's gimmick, visioning, but we'll get to that in a second.
Oh no.
We get another package for Oro Mensa, and then he's right here. Like, we don't have to wait. It's all right. Oro Mensa with Kelly Kincaid. When have we seen Kelly Kincaid last? Almost never, right? She's never been on NXT before, has she? Or Quinn McKay for you Ring of Honor fans. That's where you probably know her from. She's like this little, ripped nerd. It's interesting gimmick. But yeah, she kind of got to have one match before Ring of Honor closed, I think, and then now she's over here doing this, and we need to see more of her. Because no offense to Mackenzie, but it's hard to be all over the building with all these crazy people with sticking microphones in their faces. Yeah. So now, if you want to talk about
Oh boy, I'm sorry. That's a good one. How long do they make this guy Kofi's brother?
I was just gonna say nothing like that, but I'm gonna say like, bro, you've already got a guy from Ghana. What is going to stand out about this person?
Oh, that's not fair.
Like, you've got to have. That's kind of an obscure country to be from, right? Like, it's one thing if you got multiple guys from like Mexico or Japan or even any of the European countries like in the UK or whatever. But from Ghana, West Africa, another guy that's nowhere near Kofi Kingston's level of accomplishments or charisma.
But he has a Ghanaian accent.
Oh, so could Kofi if he wanted to.
Oh.
And a Jamaican one. Can this guy do a Jamaican accent?
Probably not.
All right.
Pierce knows. He just won't say.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, Oro Mensah's promo, guys. Pierce, money? No money. No money.
No
Okay.
money.
No. All right. Ray?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Pierce is regretting coming on the show with us today. That's all.
Well, it's almost 3:00, so even if he was having a wonderful time, at least part of his physical body is regretting this.
Oh yeah, I can see it in his face, his eyes.
It's all right. We're trying to run through it.
Yes,
Just
sir.
Stop
Sorry.
kazooing
All right,
and
I'm
back
sorry.
scratching, and we can get through this in a
I'm
timely
sorry,
manner.
Pierce.
Trick and Mellow.
Oh,
Enter
yes.
for an in-ring promo. And then what happens, Ray?
Oh,
Somebody say Andre Chase. No, no one said that. What we have right now is a teachable moment.
All right. And then that causes another official match to break out.
Bro, let me tell you something, brother. That guy, Chase, Andre Chase, is the most over guy in NXT. He's more over than fucking Bron Breakker. He's more over than fucking the gay dude that we were talking about, the androgynous guy. He's more over than fucking Alba Fire. He's more over than fucking Shawn Michaels. He is the most over guy. People fucking love Andre Chase, and I don't blame him. He's a phenomenal. I think he's a great wrestler with a crazy fun gimmick. People just fucking get behind this guy. Listen, God damn it. Hear me now. I would put the world title on this guy.
He's the one to end the Bloodlines historic reign.
I would listen.
Oh, all right.
Andre Chase is so loved, such an underdog. Could you imagine the push behind him? Could you imagine the fanfare for him in NXT if they actually built him up, not to be a world beater champion, but to be like one of those shocking world champions, somebody that gets a shot, like Kofi Kingston during the whole, when they did the whole Elimination Chamber gimmick, and they're like, oh shit, that would be kind of fun to see Kofi Kingston as champion. Why the fuck not? Why does every world champion have to be a Bron Breakker? And Piers Austin looks like he wants to punch me in the throat now. What do you think, Piers? You think I'm crazy?
When you first said it, yes, but once you sort of explained it more, then yeah, I get it. The only difference is Kofi had been around for like 10, 15 years, so it kind of felt like it was deserving. I think him being like randomly given the NXT championship, it would be like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's kind of surprising, but then like what next week?
Yeah, like Mick Foley.
Where do you go for it?
You can't have
So you're telling Andre Chase to Mick Foley?
No, but like a Mick Foley type moment. This is listen. I haven't seen an organic love for somebody as much as Andre Chase in a long time. People want to get behind this fucking goofy bastard. Why not? Why do we always have to go down the same road with storylines and wrestlers and shit like that? And the thing is that he's not like seriously, guys. Now I'm not joking. He's not he's really good. He's a really good wrestler. Has he had a bad match, Vet? Be honest.
No. No.
So I don't know, man. I know it sounds crazy. I know I sound like an asshole or a nut job or something like that, but I think Andre Chase, man, can be a face of NXT. He's never going to the main roster. He'll never go to the main roster. He'll stay where he is. But why not? I think eventually he'll be a trainer or something like that. But God damn it, Vet. I'll get my back scratched. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think with the right amount of attention, it can be something that that's right. Foley will never be Chase. He'll never be as good as Chase. Sorry, Mick. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, I think you could take this gimmick and you could make it work on Raw or SmackDown. You could make it if you get behind the gimmick. It'll eventually, people will be like, just like we were when we first saw it. Everybody's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?" And eventually, it will get over a little bit at a time, as long as you don't force it too much.
Mm-hmm.
See, right now, like you're talking about, if you're talking about a Mick Foley moment, but in NXT, that's totally believable. But you don't even need that. It should be for him. Like for me, if this gimmick is going to expand and go further than just NXT, I think it's got to be a thing where you have a prospect that is one of his students, and like his proudest moment will be his student having a major moment. You know, it's not that he needs the spotlight himself, but his spotlight is the gimmick. He gets out, he gets over with the whole, you know, he gets over with the music, the presentation, the skits, everything like that. It's not necessarily, even though he has good matches, it's not necessarily the match either. So if he had a guy that Bodie is way too green, okay, and Thea just started, but like if you had somebody like on a Braun Breaker level where they earmarked him and like this guy's going to be the guy, you could get a guy like that over to do something like a Wardlow's kind of doing, you know, the way MJF kind of had a Wardlow, and then instead of like people wanting him to break out from MJF and kill the motherfucker, it would be the opposite. It would be like the people would want this guy to win a championship so bad just to make Andre Chase proud. And I think that's how, you know, you could get somebody else over and Andre Chase can get over. I think that's the key. But
like Pierce, are you sitting there just like, oh, this guy Ray, he's a fucking blonk. Like, you know, like
a blonk.
Yeah, Dawsa.
You mean a wanker?
A wanker, a bonza.
Bonza.
Oh man, you ain't from the fucking hood, bro? I got some Australian dudes from the hood, man. This is the shit they throw at me, bro. Ray, you're fucking bonza. Maybe it's a 2022 term. Get on it. Get on it, Pierce.
I don't know. I think Andre Chase could easily go up to the main roster, but I think he's mid-carder.
Yeah, well, plenty of people have made a lot of money over a long term, over many years in the mid card. Look at Dolph Ziggler.
I see him in that more of like a Ron Killings role, like an R-Truth role, of like just being there for like some comedic stuff, come in there, get a pop from the crowd. But mind you, like Ron Killings has been in WWE for, you know, he's probably the longest tenured wrestler on the roster, right?
Yeah, how long has he been there?
20 years.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
you think Vince?
On,
you think Vince knows that he's still there?
Vince apparently loves him.
Yeah, does Triple H love him? I think everybody loves him.
Yeah. All right. Well, in any case, Chase scores the upset.
Oh shit!
So who did he beat? Mello or
he beat Pin Mello?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so Mello can't do a job for Ricochet, but Andre Chase. You know what? You know, I changed my mind. Fuck Andre Chase. He's never going to make it anywhere.
Can I tell you? I'm watching this shit right on the train. So this is me and my cell phone watching it, and I did one of these. Oh, when he got the win, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What the fuck?" I don't know. The guy smoking. Remember the crack? He passed out long after that. No, what?
I could see him win like the mid card title, the North American gimmick.
Sure, but not the world
give him
title.
that. But nah.
Come on.
All right. Well, here's somebody that can win a world title. Two guys actually.
Who?
Sangha and the Ridge.
Oof.
You can see those are world title guys. You know, that's written all over them, right? And they're going to walk to the ring. But before we get to that, who cares about the entrance? Let's just go to something completely different first. The country trio walks up on Gallus, okay, in their little makeshift tree house or whatever they have. They're playing cards, and Joe Coffey's throwing darts at the dartboard from like 3 feet away, and still missing. And they have some words with each other, and then of course, anytime Gallus is around, they have their own personal security. So before anything can really pop off, the security rushes in, and gets in between everybody, and nothing happens. So as usual, that's a good tagline for Gallus. Like that should be their catchphrase: Gallus, nothing happens. Piers, I've been on record as saying Gallus is the most boring act in the history of professional wrestling, with the possible exception of Dino Bravo in the 80s. Where do you stand on that statement and Gallus themselves?
Agree. I've never really liked their gimmick. Like, it's just
so boring, right?
It's not even that it's just so boring. It's just like, all right, cool. Like, you're two dudes that are big and pissed off. Like, fuck. What makes you different?
Nothing. Especially in NXT UK, where everybody's big English and pissed off. Like, everybody's Gallus in the NXT UK over there, and now they're all coming over here, and you're kind of seeing it. I don't know. They're just boring. But this was boring, right, Ray? This was boring, right?
Yeah, Gallus they stink.
Yeah, fucking boring. Even their entrance and music. So we finally get Sangha versus Ridge. It wasn't boring, but it was, just two big hunks of meat running into each other a few times until the Ridge finally hoisted him up for that wannabe heavy rain that he does, and he had to pretend like he couldn't do it. But
come on, pretend. That was impressive. That's not easy, bro. That's a lot of dead weight he just picked up and flung up in the air.
Hey, if he doesn't deadlift more than that at the gym, or not deadlift, squat more than that.
I'll say this: I like the change of pace. I like the King Kong versus Godzilla in the middle of the card. So this was a fun match for me. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm a big fan of big. Wait, I was gonna say something weird. I'm a big fan of two big guys. Well, you know what I mean.
Well, just finish it, and we'll make our judgments afterwards.
I'm a big fan of two big guys going at it.
Yeah, look at this guy, Piers. He likes big guys going at it. All right.
I mean, fuck it. Like it's.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. We're talking about the penises. You remember Jeff Hardy?
Can we go home?
It's 3 a.m. and Big Ray wants to go two big guys.
Christ,
see two big guys go at it.
Fucking bullies.
I get what you mean though. It's like when you watch boxing and you see two heavyweights just standing there like throwing hands, or like an MMA fight and two heavyweights just like throwing leather. That's the whole attraction really in wrestling, is like these bigger, larger than life dudes just smashing the fuck out of each other. To me, Sangha has improved to when I first saw him wrestle, where it just he had no idea about selling, he had no idea about moving. But yeah, he's improved, but he's not. I don't know. I think they exposed him too early.
I think he's. You have to remember he's still really young. What is he, 40?
Life begins at 40.
Oh,
40, yeah.
All right.
New Delhi does.
Here's another young guy, Wes Lee. He's got a vignette where he tells us that he's been cleared to compete after his vicious locker beating from the previous week.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, well, instead of revenge, he's just sitting outside talking about this, and he wants to earn his title shot. He doesn't want to just have it handed to him, even though they were about to hand it to him. And then Mackenzie is there, and Stax comes in, and he's like, "Hey, Wes, you should really, let somebody hand it to you." But anyway,
at least they addressed it. Because as soon as he's cutting the promo, oh yeah, I don't want to fucking get a free ride to the championship match. I want to work hard and get my ass kicked on the way there. That is stupid. Yeah, everybody wants to buy. Yep. If you,
and we never would have known if he didn't say it.
Yeah,
he's the one that told us that he passed it up. We didn't hear any announcements about him getting a free pass.
Stacks you fucking moron. What are you doing over here? You got to take the fucking buy. Hey, wait. Hey,
yeah, well, that was Damon Kemp. I don't know what Stacks did, but
this is Damon Camp.
Oh, I get it.
He's
I
like,
see
"Yo,
the
Sam,
difference
it's me."
now.
Yeah, this is Damon Camp, and it's so delicious, so
Yeah,
wonderful.
that's more spitty. And
this is
hey, how you doing over there? Hey, you got to take the bye.
see, there's a big difference, bro.
I get it. I apologize. All right, here's the next. Okay, you could say this one, or no, Pierce is gonna say it because somebody's on their way. They're coming out to the ring. So,
what's his name, Pierce?
Grace.
Come on, man.
Grayson Waller.
Yes.
Oh, he did it extra Australian.
Oh
Yeah,
my
dude,
God.
I think Ray just wanted to do you do it regular, but I mean that works
Grayson
too.
Waller.
Yeah, there he is.
Oh my gosh.
He's coming.
That was awesome. Oh God, really? Two guys going at it. He's coming.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Exactly. Come on, man. We got to keep the game going.
Come on.
So yeah, come on, man. That's the title. That's the title of the match. You know how they have those subtitles. You know, like good friends, better enemies, and come on, man. So Cameron Grimes does a vignette, and he cuts a promo on Schism.
Cameron Grimes.
Yeah. Sorry. He actually tried to work his "to the moon" catchphrase almost in a serious manner, which was, I don't know if it worked. Did it work?
He's like, I'm gonna take you and grind you into rocket fuel and take you to the moon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rub you out, Jism.
Have you guys seen that viral, like they pieced together like wrestlers cutting promos and they're saying like some really
men caught a virus from being on each other? Is that what you're saying?
No, like you have like Rusev like, I'm going to come on your face, or he says like stupid shit like, Hulk Hogan, I'm gonna turn your knob, brother. Anyway,
I have seen that.
When we're around, brother.
Yes.
Anyway, good stuff. All right, and then Oro Mensah comes out, and then Oro versus Waller. These guys have a match. I don't know if you guys have anything to say about it because I don't. Ray?
Well, I like Kofi Kingston. I think he's
former WWE champion.
Not the same.
Kofi
guy.
Mania.
Fuck.
What's
First
his name? Oral?
Oro. Gold. Oro.
Oh yeah.
It's Oro Mensah. So I don't know why he got a Spanish name. Is Spanish like a thing in Ghana?
Well, you know what his name was in the UK NXT?
No, what was it?
Oliver Carter.
Oh fuck yeah, Oro Mensah is way fucking better. That's the first time I've seen a name change way better than, Walter. And even though I'm starting to dig calling him what is it Ludwig? What's his name? Walter now?
Oh, Ludwig is the other guy.
Borga. Yeah, what's his name? Walter now.
He only has one name. It's Walter.
No, come on, man. Seriously, what's Walter's name now?
Well, it's not that great if you can't remember it, right?
Gunther!
Oh, shit. He said it.
Gunther! Nine. Go. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Yeah. Liz will always help out, even if we're messing around. So the thing here is Apollo walks up.
What?
Very good, Bobo.
What, Bobo?
Et tu,
damn
Bobo?
Weird,
Apollo walks up and he's got a bloody eye. I'm not going to explain this to you guys if you don't understand it.
Bro.
He's just bleeding from the eye.
Come on. No,
This is the worst shit ever. This is almost as bad as the eye for an eye.
So I gotta make a funny joke. Not a funny joke, but just so my coworker comes to work. He refuses to take any days off. He had pink eye for like 2 days, and his shit was, you know what pink eye is, right, Austin? Terrible. Like you could see the fucking jism coming down the side of his face. He was so bad. I'm like, asshole, don't come to work. Why is this guy fucking coming to work with a bloody eye?
Oh, well, it's not anything like a sickness or anything. It's just because he got scratched by Grayson Waller.
He got scratched on the eyeball. That shit heals. He's like, why is he tearing blood? That is dumb. This is dumb.
Yes, because it's fucking dumb.
Listen,
this is NXT 1.8.
I don't give a fuck if this is an indie show at Bob's Backyard Barbecue Wrestling. This is the most stupid shit. And we're talking about NXT here, guys. I want you to hear me. If anybody fucking writes for NXT and just watches like YouTube videos and shit, if you don't, this is dumb. this is one of the worst fucking angles I've ever seen in my life. First, the guy can see in the goddamn future, and now he's fucking eye bleeding. He has an eye period, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you reckon
stop.
Apollo's like, just give me the spear and put me back on SmackDown?
God, give him the big, what's the fucking Q-tip he used to walk around with? The big round goddamn metal thing at the end.
Yeah,
oh
that's
my
just
Lord.
you're just trading offending a nation of people versus just offending everyone's intelligence. It's like it just depends what you want to offend, really.
That is horrible. That angered me. That actually pissed me off watching him with the fucking bloody eye. What is that about? That is just terrible, man. Stop it. Stop it.
The intelligence.
God damn it, man.
If you can do that much, why isn't Grayson raking everybody's damn eyes? He could be the NXT champion by now.
Maybe they need to check Grayson Waller. Maybe he has like a fucking virus or some like a wart on his under his nails or some shit. Yeah. Making people bleed out of their goddamn eyes. That's so dumb, Vet.
Well, it was so dumb that Grayson Waller was stunned, and then Oro Mensah picked up the win. So he'll go on to
stunned?
Yes, and then he'll go on to the ladder match to compete.
How would you feel if you're at work and your buddy walks up to you while you're at work and he's bleeding out of his goddamn eye socket?
I'd hate it. I definitely hate it. All right, the Creeds hate these dummies that they're beating up in the training room. They're beating up bags and dummies, and they're going to end Kemp's career. That's a promise. Then we get Landon the Conqueror Chase comes out with Braun, one of the Connor's kids. I suppose he's a relative of Andre's, so we'll see.
Fucking over. He's even more over now.
Yep. And then Sol Ruka's coming next week. This voiceover was the typical brand of WWE bad, where she's saying unbelievable things in an unbelievable voice, but it's a blonde on the beach doing cartwheels, so we're supposed to like it.
So this is her gimmick, guys. She surfs all day, right? Mm-hmm. What does she say? She was in deep thought. She likes to think. She likes to go surfing. She likes to sit. So basically, her gimmick is she's a fucking lazy bitch that doesn't work.
Yeah, no job. It's like that movie, Surfer Dude with Matthew McConaughey. Except
that's her.
A chick. It's a chick instead. That's the twist, Ray.
Piers,
That's writing. That's just good writing.
You go surfing?
Nah.
No. Do you like the water?
Nah. I don't mind the water. I love the water, but yeah, surfing, I don't have the coordination to do that shit. I'm short and fat.
But you're handsome.
Can you do announcing and commentary for surfing?
And hung like a moose.
God damn right he is. Hung like a moose. Or like a baleen whale.
Yeah, do surfing commentary.
Why not?
All right. Well, we're at the main event, guys. It's Tyler Bate versus JD McDonough, aka the Irish Ace, aka what was his name before? Jordan Devlin. Which is funny because his finisher name is the Devil Inside, but that makes no sense now. So Junior's on commentary for this. My note for this match is I do not care. I don't know if I've ever cared less about a main event on NXT, and that covers a lot of fucking terrible ground, you guys. If you've been watching NXT for as many years as it's been around, you know how many bad main events we've got. A lot of them had women. So this was the match I may have least cared about of all time. I did kind of watch it. I had my socks on already, so I actually watched this match at work on my break. So I was eating lunch watching it. I had nothing else to do but watch it. Still sucked. By the end of it, one of the reasons I didn't care, is whoever wins this match, the match that's going to happen with Braun, I've already seen it because he's wrestled both these guys. So right off the bat, your stakes don't interest me. Okay, now we're going to get to a little twist at the end where after the match is over and Jordan Devlin wins, so yay, we get to see Jordan Devlin again. Then we hit some music and I'm like, whose music is this? Because I've never fucking heard this song before, but I know who it's going to be because who else could it be? And then, yes, the guy comes out. Ilya Dragunov is here. His new music sucks, by the way, just putting that out there. And then he comes in, fully dressed in a suit without the coat, but he's got the vest and everything else. And I'm like, okay, so you were here all night What were you doing all night? You just sat back there, not being mentioned or talked about? Like, oh yeah, former NXT UK champion Ilya Dragunov's here. We're not going to talk about that.
What if he just showed up?
Yeah, what if he just showed up?
Could it just showed
Well,
up?
they had his music ready, and
you're right.
His new music. They didn't have his old music. They weren't taken by surprise. They were fully caught up with his current new music that never maybe have been heard before. I don't know. But yeah, so this kind of this was disappointing. If I knew, and then we go off the air with the pose, right?
I'm leaving this up. Go ahead.
The pose. Yeah, I think Bobo got this over last week too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm still waiting for Tyler Bate to get a butler just to hear someone call him Master Bate. And that would be great too for the Come On Man match. It's going to happen to Halloween Havoc. So,
oh my Lord.
Yeah.
God damn, pal.
So you're telling me we could have had Dragunov versus Breaker, and now it looks like we're going to have a triple threat match at the very least, because they're posing in the ring like, huh? One champion, two guys, huh? That typical WWE. This is so tired. Like, you couldn't be any more tired than the way they go off the air with these non-verbal.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Cues.
It's the same story again and again, and like, even. Like, I feel like Tyler Bate, like, as good as like he is,
masturbate.
Every one of his matches is the same fucking thing. Like his matches have been good, but like after I saw the first match with him and Pete Dunne and the second match with him and Pete Dunne, after that it was just like
you were done.
Yeah, well, it's more like, where do you go for like? His matches are all the same.
Right. Except for the one match he had with Walter where he got the shit kicked out of him, and rightly so, and he got that belt off that punk kid. That was great. But everything else besides that, same old shit, like you said. Yeah, that's what it is. Ray, I assume you don't have any outrageously different thoughts?
No.
All right.
Pretty much the same.
Well, then that's our show.
Is it?
I mean, that's our NXT episode.
I guess you're right. I guess it's time to go home. And this gentleman right here looks like he needs some sleep. Piers, first and foremost, I got to thank you, brother. I know in my heart that you did not want to watch NXT. You just wanted to hang out with us and talk shit, which for me is a pleasure. So please put over your social media, everything that you're doing, my friend. Where can we find you? Where can we listen to you? Where can we watch you? Anything that you have coming up, any big guests that you have planned, and let me know when you have that Talium guy on, because again, I want to be your co-host on that goddamn show. Seriously, please.
Man. Absolutely. You can find me everywhere at Piers Austin on Twitter, at the Piers Austin on Instagram, Piers Austin on YouTube, Spotify, where you can find me. You can find my back catalogue of interviews from Shooting the Shit Uncensored, and upcoming podcasts. As I said, I'm branching. I'm always going to have wrestling podcasts and wrestling interviews, but I'm going to be doing some non-wrestling interviews. I'm in talks now with some very major people, so check out my social media and stay.
Are you interviewing any Cobra Kai people?
No, but potentially I could be interviewing a former high-ranking mafia member. That's all I can give you.
Oh,
it's 2 times.
He's like, hey, I should have taken the bye here. Should have taken the bye. What's going on over here?
Well, goddamn, pal. Bet.
Yeah.
I missed you last week, buddy.
Oh. Well,
I missed
like
you.
You were having enough fun that you could have gone without me.
I was having so much fun, but I have to stooge something off. When I was watching you guys, remember when I jumped into the chat for a brief second?
Oh, yeah.
I was on the toilet.
Snuck away to get a peek.
I was like, yeah. So I was like, hey. So my wife wants me. She wanted me to stay away from everything wrestling, and I said, this is my chance, honey. Remember that 2-foot hot dog we ate the other day? Well, it's coming out. and it was a 2-foot hot dog.
I
Pause.
see. It went out the same way, eh?
Oh, did it, brother. Anyway,
Right.
Vet, brother, put over your stuff, man.
Yeah, so at Opinion Haver everywhere. And you can find me, besides here every week, you can find me on the Impact Attack. And this week we had an Attack crossover when the Smack Attack's John Enright joined us to give us on location, details about his Impact tapings.
I saw him eating the Pringles. Was that Pringles?
It was a bottle of water, but
Oh, is that what it was? I think he was shoving his fucking big gorilla paw into that little tiny can.
no. But you would have seen that if you had read my tweet. But we all know Ray doesn't have time to read. So he didn't. He can't. He's a little bit illiterate, but that's fine. We care, and we take care of him. We read things to and for him. So that's good. But yeah, so there, and that's pretty much it for now. Channelattitude.com. I'm here.
Well, in the words of the great CM Punk,
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
ladies and gentlemen, follow me on social media at Big Ray Hernandez, Instagram, Twitter, and of course on TikTok, guys. Thank you so much for joining us here today for your next level wrestling review. And just know that any of graphics that you saw, anything that I've done today to improve the show was done on the toilet. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. What?
I said on the toilet.
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
Yes, you are. On the toilet.